Alan Weisselberg has been in the Trump family orbit since the early 1970s, in Donald's since the 1980s, and as a full executive for Donald Trump over the last 20 years or so. In other words, this guy probably knows very well where all the bodies are buried. He has already been interviewed a few times by the feds and was granted immunity from prosecution in 2018 during the Michael Cohen investigation, but so far he himself has not been charged with anything. It is known that he is not immune from state charges, should there be grounds for such. I don't know much about this guy other than his long-term association to the Trump family, and perhaps that should tell me everything I need to know. Then there's the matter of his chart, though unfortunately no time of birth is available, so I have to limit myself to gazing at the day positions, but a quick look tells me there might well be more than a heap of trouble brewing here. 6 planets in Leo, including the Sun and Moon, connect him to Trump's rising sign and gives us a pretty good reason for their long-term alliance. It also means the Leo 6 are facing down, transiting Saturn until the spring of 2023, and that is hardly ever the preferred turn of events when you're being investigated for potential crimes. Saturn is probably the worst planet in a cyclical opposition to your sun sign if you are facing any kind of accountability, and I'm going to guess if you've been in the Trump orbit since the days of Richard Nixon and the Partridge Family, then what are the odds everything is above board? Where would you place your bets on that one? Although knowing the rising degrees could change the Uranus soft status in this chart, as it stands, it is not a harsh natal planet, but transiting in square to the Leo planets cannot be helpful. Neptune in quincunx to the Sun during 2021 is another problem, as is the quincunx Pluto is making to Uranus from Capricorn. Weisselberg has a T-square formed by Eris, Mars, and Neptune. Funny how you always find a challenged Neptune somewhere in the chart whenever you suspect lies and deceptions. And the big benefic, Jupiter, is in shrewd Scorpio, which admittedly is a very good sign for an accountant's Jupiter, since Scorpio is the sign of other people's money. But notice that it is square everything in Leo, which means overexpansion, overconfidence, over-the-top behavior. That can come back to haunt you later, and since Jupiter is transiting through Aquarius and opposite his Leo planets during 2021, not a good formula. Time will tell, of course, but just on the multiple Leo planets with a transiting Saturn opposition visit, this guy has a serious cause to be worried. Maybe very worried. The chickens of accounting might just be coming home to roost. Oh, but wait, come to think of it, maybe it's this guy who should be worried.